Okay. Last time, things happened. This time, things will happen. Seriously though, last time I did manage to do stuff like beat Nesha with a setup that worked wonders until it didn't. Absolutely brilliant. I've also had an endless supply of technical issues regarding actually getting these streams up on YouTube, which is mildly unfortunate, but nothing I can't fix. Just means that they actually aren't up yet. But I'm sure nobody actually cares about that. Let's just get right into it. Section 12. Advancement Impulse, People, and the Girl. I'm starting off with no battles. Oh boy, I get to do high quality dialogue right off the bat. This might be a slightly shorter stream, because today is in fact the finals of the Ice Hockey World Championship and all that nonsense, and I'd like to at least see the end of it. I don't particularly care, but I'm still going to do that, so... We'll see. I think I can afford to do it. I have a plan for the remaining nodes here, so I think it's fine. Anyways, honestly, I don't think it's the name of your birth certificate matters that much. And what really matters is what people think of you and what they call you. And that says so much more about who you really are than a name in some database ever could. Just look at all the famous historical figures who aren't known by the names they were given at birth. You even had some in Chaldea like Billy the Kid and Blackbird, right? So there's no reason I can't. Oh, just tell us your real name already. Will you listen to me? This is important, damn it. Oh, the hell with it. It's a raw, okay? My old name is Murenji Aro. Murenji Aro, so that's your real name? The dialogue, it already hurts. Figures. Where the heck did Peperoncino come from? So you had your suspicions all along, did you, Rinko? You're surprisingly observant, aren't you? You little devil, you. I'm impressed you figured that out before I did when I've known Pepe longer, senpai. I guess I still have a lot to learn about being more observant. Anyway, it really doesn't mean anything to me, so I'd rather you just keep calling me Sexy Pepe as always. In fact, don't even bother calling me that other name, cause I won't respond. Wow, fool. And don't ask me anything else about where I came from or who I was before Chaldea. Besides, there's nothing there that isn't in my Team A profile. All you need to know is that after I left Japan for the West and started really enjoying my life, one thing led to another and I ended up getting to know some people at the clock tower. Eventually, Marisbury invited me to Chaldea, saying my combat experience was just what he needed to make up for the academic bent of all the other mages. And now, here we are. So then, you must have been born to a mage family, right? Shugendo, was it? I'd love to learn more about it, since it's the foundation of Far East magecraft and all. Please? Puppy dog eyes. Don't try to milk the whole little girl appearance thing, it's demeaning. I've heard that Shugendo is a mixture of Buddhism and mountain worship unique to Japan. Did Marisbury bring you on to serve as Team A's guide, or perhaps an overseer of sorts? Survival is crucial when ray-shifting to an unfamiliar location after all. Perhaps it was your job to keep an eye on the others and ensure they could survive even in harsh environments. I'll say it was something like that and leave it there. I remember you saying something about being able to use divine power before. But then, how come the names of the spells you use in battle don't sound anything like Shugendo? That's just cause I made them up myself. Traditional Japanese names are just lacking a certain je ne sais quoi. Anyways, as much as I love me, I love a different topic of conversation even more. Shouldn't we be discussing our next course of action? He makes a good point. Honestly, I don't care what his name is. We should be trying to figure out how we can possibly take down Arjuna. Yes, you're absolutely right. I do think we're on the right track, but I can't help but think we're still missing something crucial. Alright, enough stalling. You've got something in mind, don't you? Huh? Who, me? Yes, you. It's obvious you know something. Just like you did earlier. It's written all over your face. Jisoo doesn't want for conviction. You got me. David released something else. I guess this is what you call natural intuition. The more godlike a god is, the stronger they are. That's it in a nutshell. And it's exactly what we need to be reminded of. What do you mean? It couldn't be more basic. Think about it. What makes a god a god? Here, let me put it another way. Which kind of god do you think is stronger? One nobody's ever heard of, or one everyone believes in and prays to? Now I see. Basic indeed. A fact so elementary I failed to consider it. I can't tell if you're serious or if this is just so grapes. There's something similar for servants too. I think it's called a fame bonus? Oh yeah, now that you've pointed it out, it really is a simple problem. The reason Arjuna is a god here isn't just because he collected every divinity in this land for himself. It's also because the people here worship him as a god. But what would happen if they didn't consider him a god anymore? His divine strength would be reduced. Precisely, director. I still don't get it. I do. It means the fewer people who believe in Arjuna as a god, the weaker he'll become. Ganesha's super popular, so I don't have any idea what it feels like to have faith in you fade away. No, really. I see. So this is like asking where I can be a greater hero. The India that knows me, or this India that doesn't. By virtue of who I am, I can of course be a great hero in either, but there is still bound to be a difference. If these two versions of me were to throw their Brahmasras at one another, the victor would surely be the one from the India that knows me, and there would definitely be an observable gap between the two. Now I get it. So then, how can we get people here to stop believing in Arjuna? We're already heading somewhere where we can figure that out, are we? Dival, so... then, you're saying my resistance was not naught after all? Not at all. If anything, you already did the hardest work of making our first toehold. I'm super grateful. To be honest, I have had my doubts about my actions here. While I never doubted my conviction that this world was wrong and desperately needed to be fixed, I did wonder if my efforts here were meaningful and whether there was anything to be gained by involving the people of this land in my fight. This war I started, people have gotten hurt. I may be a queen and a commander, but I am not so saintly as I am made out to be. I still have my doubts. I do believe in what I'm doing, but I'm not so naive that I never thought to question it. I have never forgotten what one of the locals told me back when this began. They said what I was doing was meaningless. That I was pointlessly endangering innocents, even getting them hurt. But it wasn't meaningless after all, was it? It too wasn't. Your village is showing us the way forward. Now we just need to keep spreading the gospel, so to speak. It might not be easy, but your village has proven that these people can change their minds. Who's to say the same can't happen somewhere else? You're right. Once we get back to Divala, I'll talk to the villagers and ask them to help us spread this movement. I expect the people of this land will be much more receptive to them than they would be to someone like me. Sure, but every movement needs a charismatic leader like yourself, you know. Oh. A movement to get the people here to resist the current state of the world. I know that would help us, but... Oh, I see you've realized the paradox with this plan, Mashi. Figured you might... Good. Our plan of action is set. Then let's be on our way. You know, I think I even feel lighter on my feet now. Good. Speak for yourself. All the bad karma I racked up as an unemployed bum is still weighing me down. I wish there was a wagon or something here right now. It wouldn't even have to have any seats. Really, I don't care what I ride on, as long as I don't have to walk. Oh, 4. Did you just jump on me like I'm the one who should be giving you a ride, you weird cat thing? Kinda shy's no mere back mole. Do you think you're more important than a god? I mean, you're really cute, so I guess you can ride, but still. Oh, 4. Cute. Oh, that was it? Okay. So, I think it's pretty obvious what the paradox here is. If they stop believing in their god, we are going to eventually cut down the Tree of Nothingness, and that's going to lead to the destruction of this entire Lost Belt. Therefore, if they stop believing in their god, they will also doom themselves to death. Unfortunate, but understandable. Moving on, is this trash mobs? I think this is trash mobs. Let's make sure of that. Yep. Sura is ignore that team. That team has nothing to do with any of this. Well, let's swap into the good old loyal. I am going to take a saber of some variety with me. Okay, I seem to have forgotten to do this. Brilliant. Alright, no more such distractions. Brilliant. What was I doing? Oh, right, I was taking a servant with me. Nah, Sigurd's too expensive here. I would like to have Sigurd specifically, but oh well. No, we'll just have Lancelot here. And Lancelot can do the NP thing here, so... that should be okay. Alright, we are moving to the final day of Treta Yuga. I believe it's called. Oh, whoopsie daisy, they're all dead. What the? What happened here? Lady Lakshmi, you're back. Thank goodness. I'm glad you're alright. What in the world? No, wait. I know what happened here now. It's them. Oh. It's not even Lokapala. Yes, it's a sacred beast. A number of them suddenly showed up, all at once, even though no one had died and the Kali weren't attacking us. We can figure out why later. Right now, there are buildings being destroyed and people being attacked. I'm sure you know what it is we need to do, Master. We have to drive the beasts away. Let's just get rid of them. Damn it, I knew it. Does this mean you won't let me forget after all? Alright, so to start off we have 2 Davons and an Uchishiravas. I could get rid of the first Uchishiravas with just a quick NP here. I actually might. I'm not sure if that's the correct play. Luckily I'm bad at this game, so I can just kind of do something like this. And I will definitely refill my entire bar with this. Definitely. Only 85k. That's kind of unimpressive. That's quite small. But I'm sure Lancelot will have another go by the time I'm done here, so... Let's hope Nesha can break this Davon in half. No, not even close. Alright, this is looking a lot more agreeable. Not gonna waste it on the weakened Davon, of course. Okay. That's a lot of damage. Karna, you good? Guess I can just do this. Keep him alive. And then let's clean up. Okay. I would like to have Lancelot ready to NP when we get to the boss wave. Not a real boss, but the boss wave. And Karma is dead. Okay. Oop, then that's an accidental William tell. Do not tell anyone. How do I want to do this? I guess I'll go with this. Activate that, get the crit up. Start generating stars and all that. And... make use of all those crit stars William Tell can generate for me. Let's go. Since he accidentally ended up here and he's not going to be useful against the boss anyways, I might as well go all out here. And here is the Mahanaga, which is the thing that will drop me eggs in the future. Regardless, let's see Lancelot put in some work here. Yeah, William Tell is not doing too hot. And it's the worst possible hand Alright then. Oh well. Okay, well, this fight didn't exactly go as I hoped, but that's perfectly fine. Not like it actually matters or anything. Okay. Oh no, we've reached a point where even Scuddy is in here. I hate it. I hate it a lot. Ugh. Well, that should be good enough. Okay, I got an egg drop, I think. I guess it could be a Lancer gem or something, but no, that's the first egg. A sacred egg that is said to contain the truth of the world. Its shell is so tough that no being can break it. The truth of the world, huh? I was under the impression that the entire universe resided within that egg. That takes care of all the sacred beasts, but I'm afraid... Oh village. Why? Why did this happen? We drove away the other beasts and defeated Nesha here only a few days ago. Unfortunately, it is no surprise that this stone may have drawn the enemy's notice. Forgive me. It's alright, Lady Lakshmi. This wasn't your fault. You just weren't strong enough. There were more of them than we were expecting, and some were bigger than any sacred beast we'd ever seen before. Besides, they may have crushed our wall and destroyed our homes, but we still have our lives. At least that's how those of us who survived feel. But what are you gonna do now? The wall was there to keep you safe from the Kali, right? Now that it's been destroyed... Forget fighting back. You can't even live here with your village in ruins like this. Based on my experience as a king, my suggestion is to abandon the village. I think that is your only choice. I understand how you feel, but there is just no way you can rebuild your defenses before the next Kali Yuga. As I see it, the only option is to stay in the closest nearby town. I think that would be Bichu, until the Kali Yuga is over. No, that's... They can't... It's alright, Lady Lakshmi, he's right. We know we don't have any other choice. I hate to leave the village I grew up in, but... We can always rebuild. We can't bring people back to life. I see. I may not be your king, but I commend your decision nonetheless. You are strong and brave people, and you should be proud of that. Let's make sure they get there safely. Yes, Master. Of course we will. Although, I am a little uneasy about what will happen once we get there. Hey, no point worrying about that now. Besides, that mayor guy looked like he turned over a new leaf. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Oh my, what a terrible hardship you've all been through. Well, I don't see any need to discuss this with the others. Of course you can all stay here. Thank you. I can't tell you how grateful I am for your kindness and hospitality. Think nothing of it. This is what neighbors are for. Important thing is that you're all safe and sound. Make yourself comfortable in the town hall for now. We can figure out what to do next once you're settled in. Told ya. Oh, thank goodness, this is such a relief. I get the feeling it's not going to go quite that smoothly. Advancement Impulse, People and the Girl. Node number 3. And it's Flash Mobs. Gonna switch back to something AoE, just for simplicity, so... Nah. The hell did I even have here? Yes. Okay. Kinda wanna strap those out though, I guess. Okay, back to doing what we do best. My sins truly do run deep. Aye, goddess within me, what do you think? I know you won't answer me, but I also know that you're listening. That's why I asked you back then what it was I should do. Now here we are. I know what I'm doing and I've made my peace with it. But even so, now that things have come to this, I can't help but wonder. The village is in ruins, lives have been lost and people are grieving. Who can say that this isn't the result of getting caught in that inescapable current? It's what we're doing here. Probably worth deceiving the Chaldeans. Oh. So this is where you've been hiding. I was just taking a midnight walk. What brings you here? Oh, it's you. I was doing the same. I couldn't sleep, so whoops. So I thought I'd sit out and watch the moon. I see. The moon really is lovely tonight. May I join you? I think it best you don't. If you mistake me for your wife again and try to, for instance, put your arm around me, you would lose a valuable fighter. Forgive me, I meant no offense. Though I have no romantic feelings for you, I should still have chosen my words more carefully. My humblest apologies, Lakshmi. I'm afraid you'll have to enjoy the night sky alone, young king of bygone days. I'm going back to get some sleep. So, hold on. The moon really is lovely tonight. If I'm not wrong, this is like... Because Japanese is a funny language. If basically if you said that, that would be like a declaration of love. Which is why this conversation happened. Strange. I don't even know how to describe this feeling. Alright, we are moving on to the next yuga. Oh, it's such a surprise to wake up and see you here. Good morning, miss. Morning. I see you're as cheery as ever today. It's the one thing I'm good at. Good morning, Asha. Good morning, Why do you have that axe, Ajay? Damn, Ullo. It's for my job, of course. My dad's a great lumberjack. He can cut down 3 this big in no time. Lumberjack, huh? That's a fine line of work. People can always use more wood. Shut up. You're the ones who brought the people from Dival here, huh? This town doesn't have that much to spare either. You'll regret that. No, we won't. Prakash welcomed them with open arms just yesterday. We were just about to... There you are. Hello, Prakash. Is everything alright? You seem upset. I heard why you had to leave your village. It's because a pack of sacred beasts attacked it, or God's own holy agents. The sacred beast would never destroy a village unless it needed to be destroyed. It must have been irredeemably evil. No one from that village is welcome here. All this, we told you yourself what brought us here. We told you what we had done to earn the beast's ire, and our reasons for doing so. You had no problem with any of it yesterday. You said that loving your neighbor was the most noble act anyone could. Oh yes, I heard all about what you did. You abandoned your prayers and turned your backs on our God. You took up corrupt arms against Kali and sacred beasts alike and slaughtered them with your own barbaric hands. I did feel sorry for you, as I assumed you must have had no other choice, but that has nothing to do with our town. And yet you still had the gall to come here and shamelessly ask for us help. The sheer audacity of it all. Your insolence sickens me. Wait, how are we back to this whole song and dance? Oh, I know, this is his evil twin, isn't it? Do you truly believe I would ever be deceived by such a simple trick? If me evil twin wait all it took to fool me, I would shutter my business and retire to Sussex. Yeah, you're all filthy barbarians. That's why the sacred beast purified your village. You brought this on yourselves. You should all be ashamed. And the villagers are joining in. They were all fine with this yesterday. What happened? Did they get brainwashed overnight or something? You might be closer to that mark than you think. It's said that people's hearts grow cold when a yuga cycle, even a normal one, nears its end. That lines up with my experiences too, but it's still a shock to see them change so much so quickly. Why is everyone so angry now? I don't like this. Told you so. Of course, I expect there is a bit of variance between individuals as far as this change is concerned. What a fascinating metaphysical law. Never mind that now. Look. Shut up. You have no idea what we've been through. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of forgetting the people I've loved. Don't you talk to Don't you talk to that like us, you heretics. We are good people who keep the God's laws. That's right. We want nothing to do with your blasphemy. I don't like this. The last thing we want is people fighting each other. I don't suppose it would be any better if they were fighting things that aren't people. Like, say, a pack of decidedly inhuman things that are headed towards the town as we speak. Alright, trash mobs it is. Well, it is the Dwapara Yuga now. This is about the time when they start to pick up the pace. It's the Kali! The Kali are here! Okay, everyone. Get ready to pray. Bye. So, out of curiosity, I figured I'd check out the Mahanaga here. Crit rate up 20%. And remove buffs from enemies. That's an obnoxious skill. And the NP, extra damage to evil, go figure, and buff block for 3 turns. Yeah. And for some reason they are also immune to being turned into a pig. Probably because they're big enemies or something, I guess. It's weird. And as usual, I assume that Mahanagas will prioritize attacking evil enemies. Yep, sure looks like it. However, if I'm looking at this correctly, they also prioritize... No. They don't start the turn by buffing crit rate up, huh? That's interesting. I mean, they could, but they don't necessarily do it. Alright, whatever. Oh, it's pretty hot in here. Not a huge fan of that. I guess today has been a day when the sun has been shining on this hellhole for the entire day. And that was not enough to clean up the Kali. If I had the buffs, probably it would have been, but oh well. And with that, I think Karna claims off. Okay. Nothing of value was dropped. Sad. Moving on, is this still trash mobs? Sure looks like it. I'm sure that's fine. Ah, is this it? Does this mean we were never any match for the Kali to begin with? Don't give up. Our greatest strength is our ability to work together. Follow my lead. I'll clear a way forward. Right. I can't believe it. They really are fighting back. Yeah, I don't get it. The ones in the weird outfits aside, they're just regular people same as us, right? Why would they do that? Miss. Kali broke through the wall. God protect me. God protect us all. Damn it, now I've done it. It's all their fault. Now that they've shown us, we can fight back ourselves. My body just moved on its own. Well, there's nothing to be done for it now. Come on, Asha. Father? Prayers aren't gonna do anything now that the wall's broken. The only thing I can depend on now is my axe. We're getting out of here, Asha. Those people are low, but we still got better odds sticking with them. Okay. Hey, what are you guys doing? Hold on, I'm coming with you. I'm not gonna let myself get eaten without a fight. Wait up, I'm coming too. And go figure, it just kind of works out on its own. Master Luke, more people are joining us in the fight. And not to get away from the Kali, but to help the people they're attacking. That's a big help and all, but... As I thought, there's nothing more inspiring than the sight of ordinary people valiantly fighting for their lives. Compared to that, a mere queen can only do so much. Of course, as I think someone once said, it also matters how brightly the one standing at the forefront shines. There it is again. You do have had that sad look on your faces ever since we decided to try and win more people over to the Resistance. Is there something wrong with the people of this land fighting back? If there is, then please tell me. Ah yes, we haven't yet told you precisely what will happen once this low spell's Tree of Emptiness is cut down, have we? I'll let you decide whether or not to tell her. Of course we're going to tell her, but we can't right now. Ringo is right, I am commanding this mission and I have no plans to hide the truth. But this isn't the sort of thing you just drop on someone in the middle of battle. So for the time being I'd ask that you just focus on winning this fight. The rest can wait until after that. I haven't heard much about this either. Whatever it is, it sounds very important. Oh! Lakshmi, we'll explain everything after this battle. I promise. But there are even more Kali headed this way right now. We need to deal with them before we... Huh? An arrow just blasted those Kali away. Where did it come from? I can't believe it. It looks to me like it came from outside the town. Gotta keep things, even our God's judgment, at least sort of fair, seeing as I'm his servant and all. If the Kali unfairly outnumber the sacred beasts, it's my job to thin the herd, even if it is a pain in the ass. This is not good. I was hoping we could take our time with him after dealing with Asclepius, but now he's shown up on his own. The archer, William Telmas have killed those Kali from quite a distance. Be careful, master. What? You telling me he nailed them from that far away? Even a sniper rifle would have trouble at that range. Remember, he is a servant, and an archer at that. We should assume his arrows are infused with magical energy. Nor can we assume his crossbow is less deadly than a modern assault rifle merely because it appears to be old-fashioned. Nonetheless, the sheer distance is absurd. Even my sharp eyes can clearly make out his position. True, this is too much, even for a first-rate archer. Maybe the divinity he has given has something to do with it? An agent of God and the sacred beasts have come to save us. I knew our prayers would be answered. We saved everyone. We're going to be okay now. Damn law. I don't know how I know this, but if those arrows end up hitting one of us by mistake, I can tell the God wouldn't lift a finger to help us. Stay back, Asha. Don't you dare get in front of me. Mean it. I won't. Thank you, Father. This is going to be a difficult fight. Those arrows may be taking out Kali right now, but there's no telling when they might come flying toward us. I'm going to focus first and foremost on keeping you safe, Master. Whatever you do, make sure to stay behind my shield. Okay, more trash mobs, my favorite pastime. I'm gonna save the buffs for later this time. So at this point, William Tell is basically helping us, that's nice. Huh. That's interesting. It says that the thing that's hitting these, well, you know, teleshot, is it's supposed to work on things that are based on servants. I don't think Kalis are based on servant at all. That's specifically very weird because that seems wrong. Yeah, no, it specifically says they are not based on servants. Weird. Alright, second wave. Nesha is not looking too hot. But at least we can drop a double NP here. 2 Garudas and an Ucheshravas. Do you have any useful effects here? Base and base rank, that's useful. And all divine enemies. I think everything here counts as divine, right? So in that case I'm gonna go like this. Probably correct. I'm excited to see that I will be wrong. At least the Garudas are divine, and I assume the same applies to the Ucheshravas. Yep. Alrighty then. Oh, I guess that explains why sometimes Karn deals massive damage here. I'm forgetting that he has extra damage on Divine. I don't use Karna very often, do I? Perfect, easy win. And William still has joined the fight apparently. Is this lore compliant? Might be. Yay, we got an arrowhead. Okay, we're going to do a proper fight before we need to worry about, like, I guess I shouldn't say it's a proper fight, but we are doing the team comp first. That's the last of the Kali, but now the sniper hasn't stopped. He's going after us now. This is hardly a surprise, given how openly you have been opposing their guard's rule. Makes sense he would be unwilling to let this chance pass by. The good news is, neither Asclepius nor Aswathaman are anywhere nearby. I suspect he just happened to catch sight of you while dealing with the Kali and decided to pick you off as well while he was at it. Forget the cool-headed analysis, damn it. Make sure you keep a wall between you at all times. Find a shadow to hide in. We are, but it's not. How the hell is he seeing you guys? How the hell is he able to still snipe at you? The only way this makes sense is if the arrows can go around obstacles. That might be exactly what's happening. I have an idea or two how that could work. I was just told to share some more facts about India since I don't have anything better to do right now. The Lokapala inside this guy is probably by you, the god of wind. It'd be a great fit for an archer. Hanuman's spiritual father, huh? That would explain how he was able to fly so nimbly. It could also explain how he's able to control his arrows so freely across such vast distances. Vayu is also the spiritual father of Arjuna's brother, Bhima, said to possess unparalleled strength. Guards don't come much bigger than him. So, how are you going to fight him? Poorly, probably. I'm still barely managing to deflect his arrows, but the longer this goes on... Oh, foe! The usual way to handle an archer is to close the distance and negate the range advantage. What do you say, Master? Shall we try that? Let's give it a shot. Hehe. Wait, it's not safe to make a move without a plan. We can only deal with his arrows right now because keeping our feet planted us lets us focus on every direction at once. She's right. One wrong move and that delicate balance would be lost. You're our most vulnerable target here by far, Ringo. If even one arrow makes it past Marsh, it's game over. You see, I knew Sharins were the most powerful class around. We'll have to make ourselves comfortable and settle in for the long haul here. Step 1. Break out that Kotatsu. No, by definition that won't get us anywhere. I'll just have to go out there myself and settle this as quickly as... I guess that won't work either. So we have a bit of a problem. At this rate, things aren't looking good either way. Can't afford to be concerned about appearances now. Maybe this is the time to come clean. But I can't help but wonder... what are they hiding? I know they don't mean me harm and that they are just as devoted to winning this war as I am. But why do I sense such grim determination in their efforts? Miss, are you guys okay? Please stay back, Asha. We're fine, I promise. Damn, Ullo. I told you to stay behind me. Right. I should have known. Whatever it is they're not telling me, it doesn't matter. We have more immediate concerns. Your father is right. Both of you should stay back. But I do have one favor to ask. There must be a wagon somewhere in this town, or even just a single horse and carts. Would you bring them here? Lakshmi? Is there some reason I should listen to you? No, there isn't. I am asking a favor. No, not even that. I'm willing to offer payment in return. There's nothing wrong with motivating people with money or goods. I learned that back in that rebellion. To be clear, they are the ones who will be paying, not me. Ringo, you must have something in the way of food or valuables, do you not? Well, if you're okay with the stash of jewels we have on the border. You have jewels? Alright, I should be able to sell those for money to buy food. I'll be back soon. Come on, Asha. Okay. What's all this about? I have a plan. A plan that will let us take down that archer even while he continues to snipe at us. That sounds like just what we need right now. What exactly did you have in mind? Yeah, I don't see what we could do with a horse and a cart except use them to charge straight at him. That sounds like it'd be real hard. What if the archer shoots the driver or the horse? And if we keep them safe, that would leave Ringo wide open. I know that. Unfortunately, it is difficult to explain, but I can say this. You will all ride the cart, I will ride the horse, and I will see you to him safely. I promise. You're, certain about this? Don't worry. I'll do this just as I've always done things and work just as hard. No, even harder. That way, we'll be sure to get there. He's smiling. Does that mean she really is that confident in her plan? How's this? That's fine. You can go now. Just leave the horse there. But miss... That goes for you too. No need to worry about me. Just go and hide before you get hit by his ray arrow. Good. Alright, on my signal, you all get into the carts. I'll get the horse moving once you're all in. Don't worry about anything except keeping Ringo safe until we get there, got it? Got it. Good answer. Alright, let's go. Oh, so they came out, huh? Looks like they're planning to ride that horse-drawn cart all the way here. Of course, they must know I'd pick off the horse first if they tried something like that. Well, let's see what they had in mind to deal with that. His first bolt will probably be coming any moment now. Keep your guard up. I will, but I expect he'll go after the horse first. Or maybe you. Please make sure you keep your guard up too. Eh. Lakshmi! I'm fine, it's just my shoulder. No need to slow down. The hell? I know I was aiming for the horse. How did I miss? I pride myself on being a good hunter. I shouldn't have any problem taking down a domesticated farm animal. Let's try that again. Oh no! Lakshmi, you've been shot again! I'm fine. All you need to worry about is keeping Master safe. Whoa, what the hell? What's going on here? The horse kicked up the stone that knocked my arrow off course. Deflected it into the rider. This is freaking me out. I don't need to be hitting anything other than what I was aiming at. Let's try different targets. I'll use Vayu's power to aim for the master 5 meters off the side. Damn. Happened again. It was a bird this time. I was hitting a bird's feather knocked my shot off course and into the rider again. What is going on here? Is a noble phantasm, a skill, some innate trait? Yeah. Lakshmi, hang on. I can deflect those arrows with my... Stay there! Don't worry, this is just part of who I am. You being here would only muddy it. Or maybe you didn't make it clearer? Lakshmi. I told you, don't worry. These shots won't kill me. They won't aim at me. Of course, if one of them does come directly for me, then it'll need to be deflected, but that's a job for my sword and my sword alone. Weird. Doesn't matter if I aim for the horse, the wheels or the master. Everything hits the rider. It's like everything surrounding them is working it to make sure I only hit her. But none of them are enough to kill her. Makes sense, since I was trying to. Okay then, new plan. We'll just kill you first. There! He started to aim for me directly. I knew he would eventually. That's more like it. He certainly earned his fame. I can hardly tell where the shots are coming from, and it's all I can do to deflect them and avoid dying. Don't make me repeat myself again. I'm not slowing down. Just think about what you're going to do when we get there. You can't stop me. I've always fought for my country. How could I not? It was true during the Seaboys' rebellion, and it's true now. I wasn't fighting for some greater meaning. I just had to keep moving forward to protect what I held dear. So that's what I did. Even before I knew what I was doing, I wavered, I even hesitated, but I never stopped. The meaning can come later. What pushes me forward are the reasons that lie behind me. I know what lies behind me now is my own country. I know it's not my homeland, Jhansi, but... they are still people, just like the people of my country were. What lies behind me, then and now, are people. People with homes, livelihoods and families. So I'm not stopping for anything, goddess. Whatever happens to me, no matter how ugly things get, I can't stop until I get where I need to go. Damn it. We here. Think you never hit your target even once, William Tell. Talk about bad luck. Huh. All those arrows fired, I still couldn't bring you down. Guess you were even more slippery quarry than that scumbag overwalked Kessler. We did it, Master. We made contact with the enemy. You okay, Lakshmi? Oh, I'm fine. As I said, I'm afraid the rest of you will have to take it from here. I still don't know how you did that, but we could never have made it here without your help. We won't let your efforts go to waste. Let's do this, Master. These long-range attacks aren't gonna be much help now. Oh! Okay, we get to fight William Tell now. However, this isn't really the real fight, so I'm still gonna treat it as one, but it's not that noteworthy. Just go in with a team of Lancers, it'll work. $273k, huh? The unfortunate part is that my team is AoE rather than actually good for this. That's a lot of damage in it. Right, first NP ready to go. Let's drop in the first bomb. And while that's going on, I guess I could look at what kind of stuff we have here for this fight. Don't think it's gonna be particularly noteworthy since this isn't the real deal. Yeah, pretty much. You can use aiming at any time. You can use Uri's Hunter at any time, and he's only going to use Unwavering Perseverance when he doesn't already have Hearts Up. Also, the way this is set up, I'm pretty sure it's just like on the first turn he doesn't. On the first turn he doesn't actually attack. Also, I'm not entirely sure what the hell I did here, or rather why. But yeah, it looks like on the first turn he just refuses to use skills, and that's basically it. For the second bar. I think it's basically the same. Except that now he will apparently, on the second part, he will prioritize the servants that have an evade going on. Makes sense. All in all, simple enough. In theory, that could be abusable, I think. It's difficult so close up, so it's a 10% crit rate down and 50% crit damage up. Well, that William was kind of wasted. But yeah, in theory, if you had a servant that has an evade and an invul, he should prioritize going for that. Did he seriously still have debuff immunity going on? Or did that just fail naturally? Well, Nesha is close to NPing, so that's nice. I guess I'll do like... no. Activate battle continuation first and then lower the cooldown so I can do some nonsense with Pualto here. Okay, so on this turn he should be going for Ku, which gives me some freedom to play around. I don't think it actually really even matters. No matter what he does, I'll pretty much win. But who should live? Sures. 80k. There's still a chance that Ku ends up dying anyways, but... And that went exactly as I planned. Brilliant. This does give me some ideas for the real fights that I need to deal with against him. Unfortunately, servants don't drop useful stuff, so... oh well. This has been a long chapter. Yeah, we're too damn close. In trouble here. Time to get the hell out. Hey, after all that, you're just gonna run away? Have you no honor? Tell. I thought you fought against tyrannies, not for them. That's right, I know your story too. You were a brave hero who wanted nothing more than to protect your family. So why are you doing this? I know what you're on about. I'm just a hunter servant, bound by contract to do what his master orders. That's all there is to it. It's not my place to decide how this world should be. Woods are woods as far as I'm concerned. Get back here. Don't bother. You're in no shape to go after him. We got some good hits in. That's enough for now. Is it though? Though it does sting knowing. We've now let both him and Asclepius get away. He certainly made a quick getaway. Either way, either he's using the wind guard's power or that was his own innate skill. That aside, did you notice how outmatched he was by the end? Seems you did quite a number on him. Considering how his initial assault had you been down to start, I would say this was a victory well earned. Indeed, and we owe it all to you, Lakshmi Bai. It was more than a little reckless, but I have to admit that it worked. Although I still don't know how those arrows ended up hitting you. I was wondering the same thing. I mean, if any of us were gonna be a human shield, I figured you guys would have made me do it for obvious reasons. How do you do it? Not that I want to learn how myself. The only thing you'd get from sticking me with an arrow is a bunch of lard and hot air leaking out. That was my inner goddess's power. I see. I never knew the goddess Lakshmi had any such ability. Alright, that's enough. I was curious about that, but not overly so. Right now I say we head back to town and rest up before things get really busy. What do you mean by that? Hey, Ullo, teach me how to fight. Huh? Not just me, these guys too. Now that we know it's possible to fight back, we've got no choice. You showed us that route, so now you've gotta help us learn to do it better. Huh? This is wonderful. They're all chosen to resist the Kali of their own accord. But that also means you stood up bravely against the Kali and exposed yourself to unseen arrows. You should be proud, Lakshmi. It was not your words that inspired these people to fight back, but your actions. Oh yeah, you were like a saint or something. The way you charged ahead so recklessly and literally suffered the arrows of misfortune. I don't blame these guys for being impressed. A saint. As if that was even possible. At any rate, I'm happy to see you all ready and willing to fight. The fewer people believe Arjuna's a god, the weaker he'll get. Looks like we just took our first step towards that. Yeah, that's great. You don't sound very excited about this. That does it. I think it's time we found somewhere to talk. Alright, out with it. Will you tell me what's going on already? What is it you know that I don't? Does saving these people have some larger implication I'm unaware of? Master. Okay, I'll tell you everything. That can't be true. It is. Once we defeat this Lawspell's king and cut down its tree of emptiness, this version of India will disappear forever. Along with all of its people. So I'm afraid that even if the rebellion is successful, there is no future of them. The only people who will benefit from all winning this war are us. I see. I had a feeling something like that was going on here. Then, even if these people win back their liberty, they are doomed to disappear? And you knew this all along? Lakshmi! Oh gosh, you guys really surprised me. Are you fighting? Please don't fight. No, we weren't fighting exactly. Really? Oh good, that's a relief. What is it? Is there something you want to see us about? Well, I just want to thank you for saving us, and to give you this. You look like you were hurt pretty badly, so I brought you some bandages and medicine. Are you okay, miss? I'm fine, thank you. Oh, you really do look okay now. Maybe you're just seeing things. Well, anyway, I'm so glad you're okay. We're the ones who should be thanking you for getting us that horse and stuff. Thanks. I'm sorry, I need to be alone right now. Hmm. Got it. Master? It's nothing. She is also a heroic spirit from proper human history. In time, I believe she will understand. But for now, I think it's best that we give her some space. Okay, I think this is where she told me to meet her. Aha. I think she wants to tell me something. There you are. I'm sorry to impose, but I had to talk to you alone. Looks like that girl is gone. What an awkward scene. I want to ask you something. I think you know what it is. I want to know what you think about the people of this world. And about what's going to happen to them. At the moment, I would like to put aside of various titles. Master, servant, queen, mage and so on. And simply ask your opinion, one person to another. Wants to know your honest thoughts without worrying about what anyone else might think. Honestly, I still don't have everything figured out, but for now, I'm just going to tell her what I'm thinking as best I can, from good options. I see. So in the end, this is the only path available to you. Outside of this India, proper human history, Earth itself has been almost completely destroyed. And to save it, you have no choice but to cut down these trees of emptiness. Yes, that's what I'm fighting for. You remind me of myself back during the rebellion. You mean the one in India from your time? Back then I never thought about what the future might hold. There were only things I had to do, and only one path available to me. The path of fighting to protect my homeland. So that's what I did. I didn't have some larger plan in mind like driving every last one of the British out of the India, or destroying Britain itself. The truth is, I never stopped to think about what the future might hold. Though it should have been obvious that, win or lose, there would be more to be done once the war was over. And again, I suppose my options were so limited and the path I had to walk so difficult that I didn't have the luxury of thinking about anything besides what was right in front of me. Still, regardless Still, regardless of what the future might hold, if I know the path I'm taking is the right one, and I know I have to go down it, then that's exactly what I'll do. I think, deep down, that's just who I am. What I'm trying to say is, I'm in no position to judge anyone for the hard choices they have to make under unprecedented circumstances. At any rate, I'm glad you told me what you really think. Just knowing what you do feel bad for the people in these lost belts is something of a relief. So what are you going to do now? I still don't like this. But I also have no intention of letting this false god continue to have his way with these people. We may ultimately only be putting this problem off until later, but right now the only way to protect them is to keep doing what I've been doing. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope this means you'll keep helping us. You're an odd one, aren't you? Not many people could say something like that so readily. You know, I have to ask. Why did you come here when I asked you to? Didn't it occur to you that I might decide to kill you in order to keep these people safe? You give it some thought and say... You felt the same way she did. You go on, ignoring her perplexed expression. You say that... Just as she called you here to talk to you person to person, you also felt like you had a responsibility to do the same for her. Oh, right. There's one more thing I want to ask you. This isn't to judge or condemn you. I just want to make sure I understand. Is it true that you've raised the people in 3 other lost spells already? Yes, it is. What an expression. I can tell she's not lying or gone mad with power. Neither is she ignorant of what she's done, willfully or otherwise. This perfectly ordinary human child simply knows what she has done, and accepted it as best she can. Alright, that's all I had to say. I'm sorry for keeping you up so late. I said that you and I have some things in common. You've shown me that we have no choice but to walk the same paths. So for the time being, nothing needs to change. I will continue to fight this false god alongside you. We may disagree on some things, but right now, that shared goal is all that matters. You may treat me the same as that Peperoncino person. If you think it best to be wary of me or to get rid of me, then you're free to do so. Don't worry, I trust you, thanks. I wonder, could you still say that if you knew my ugly secrets? Which you're still not going to tell us. Fair and balanced. Here's the problem though. They said that the less people believe that Arjuna's a god, the less powerful he will become. And yeah, that might be true. Also, 2x of truth. But the effect of unforgiving world weakened by the spirit of rebellion. Neat. The problem is, going up in arms against a god is very different from not believing them to be a god. In theory, if it's all about the belief, just doing this isn't going to do anything. What would do something would be to kill everyone. Which sounds kind of awful, but at the end you're still going to erase this entire place. That's your entire end goal. So it doesn't really matter. That would be the correct way of dealing with this, I suppose. Just mass murder. Ooh. Anyways, moving on. This, I suppose, is gonna be trashmob.jpg. Alright, moving on to section 13. The price of loss, divine judgment looming. We are approaching danger. How's it going? Not bad. Many of them are in good shape thanks to farming and hunting. I doubt I can train them each to kill Kali alone, but I am sure I can teach them to survive in battle. Alright, it's time for lunch. Just make sure none of you have too much to eat. Here's your lunch, father. Thanks. Guess what? I helped make it today. Aunt even said I did a great job. Isn't that great? Sure. Also, you know how the anniversary of my birthday is coming up soon? That's going to coincide with the day we destroy this entire lost belt, isn't it? Never mind, it's nothing. See you later. Oh, it's you! Hi, guys! Hi, Asha. You brought your father his lunch? That's so responsible of you. Hey. How are things in town? Really different. It's so surprising. My father's spending a lot more time here now. It feels really lively too, though in other places it's really quiet. It looks like the town has been cleanly in half. There are more people who support fighting back against the Kali now, but not everyone has joined in. On the one side, we have people from Dival, along with people they inspired to join them. And on the other, there are the people who are still holding on to their old beliefs. I've noticed a lot of people watching from a distance and whispering among themselves. Who knows what they might try to pull. There are going to be even more Kali as the Yuga cycle goes on. I'd like to think that more people will decide to join us once they see us fighting. Our ultimate goal is to reduce Arjuna's power by getting people to realize how imperfect and unnecessary of a god he is. So I certainly hope a bunch more decide to join us, or we'll be in big trouble. We should be hoping to win over the rest of this town, and keep that momentum to win over other people here. We can't devote all our time to convincing those holding out, when we also need to train those who have joined us. Whatever else may happen, we can't let anyone else be killed as long as we're in a position to help. Looks like you're pretty much over it then, huh? I don't know about that, but I do know what it is I need to be doing right now. What's more, I know now that there's something else I need to keep my eyes on. There is someone already walking the path I need to follow. I may not fully grasp it, but I understand well enough to know that I no longer have the option of hedging my bets. Is she looking at me? Hold up, I think you're going to have to postpone the training for now. I'm seeing a number of signals making their way towards the town. Looks like more Kali. It would seem they are all warmed up and ready to go. Now that it's the final day of the Dvapara Yuga. Here they come. Alright, everyone who's ready to fight, prepare for battle. Remember, your ultimate goal is to survive. Don't try to be a hero. We'll be handling the front line, so there shouldn't be any issue with them joining us. Preparing Ordinax for immediate combat. All systems green. I'll try to draw as many of them towards me as I can. Awaiting your orders, Master. Okay, that's fine. That's a misclick. Yawning. How do I want to do this? I doubt I can clean up another Kali here. Wouldn't want to waste the MP here. Oh wow. Guess I'll keep trying. I probably need a crit or something to make that work. So this is a really bad hand. I think I can take this opportunity to just clean this one up, and then there's 6 of them remaining, and Karna and Nesha can just MP them out of the game. That is of course assuming that I can't even do enough damage with this. No, that works out. That was like 60k each. Easy. Now let's activate Karna and hope we can do the same here. Guess these things don't count as divine actually. But oh well.
スーリアよご昇覧ある。もはや戦場に呵責なし。我が父よ許したまえ。空前絶後バサビーシェフティ
No, that was easily enough, and I think that's an arrowhead I got. Oh, Karna spawned 8. Neato. I see. So they're going after fate. The Achilles heel of every card that shows themselves before mortals. How delightfully cold-blooded. It could be just a surgical strike they need. Even if they don't have the time to pull it off, it's certainly making things more interesting. A card that nobody believes in is a little more than a doomsday device, and one even ordinary people can destroy at that. Still, I have to wonder. Are they aware that everything they're doing may, ironically, speed up the whole paradise without people living here? There you are. Ugh, seeing you pisses me off. Oh, hello, Aswathaman. What brings you here? You know why I'm here, damn it. Here to clean up your mess. You've been taking things Arjuna erased, along with the owners at the end of the Kali Yuga, and putting them back to remind other humans that they existed, haven't you? I have. What about it? I was under the impression that I was doing exactly what your card would want me to. There's nothing wrong with rooting out people holding on to unnecessary attachments to their defective past lives. Granted, I won't deny I enjoy the look of despair when they realize that they can't even remember who they lost. But the point is, I'm helping to find undesirables so we can end the Yuga cycles ahead of schedule. I don't care how you get your kicks, but it's hard not to be pissed at how much more work you're making for me. It'd be one thing if you were just effectively getting in the way, but now that you're making this much trouble for us, I was told to handle you directly. Just a minute. Explain to me how my work is being anything less than helpful. The particulars aside, it should be exactly in line with what Arjuna wants. You're the thick-headed god who's so drunk on his divinities that he's forgotten what human feelings are, should be complimenting me like, "What an incredibly capable woman you are. You're the goddess I've been searching for my whole life." Your alter ego friend told Arjuna all about how your actions are directly fueling the resistance movement that has been gaining traction. That's really the one bit where I sympathize with you. Sucks having your friends sell you out. Now I see what's going on here. So that's how the monk wants to play this. What an ugly, petty man. That's the difference he'll never make up between him and the other on Mergy. Putting aside the question of whether it's more trouble to deal with an arrogant bastard who'd knowingly keep a deadly parasite around just because he can, or a rotten paradise himself who will try to murder you outright in an ambush. A mere servant thinking he can kill me. The idea is so infuriating it's almost depressing. He calls himself a destroyer just because he was able to take out the other guys and order around a few regent servants? Ridiculous. I would never lay down and die for a being who can't even truly become a pure destroyer of worlds, let alone one of his pathetic lackeys. That emperor who embodied all of humanity was one thing, but I can destroy a mere warrior like you with just a few bites. Well, what do you know? Guess you've got a bit of rage in you yourself. Fine by me. Go ahead and get as mad as you want. I'm pretty furious that I've got to put an end to someone I have no desire to kill. As your friend must have put it, Arjuna's all we need to end this world. There's no room for a walking disaster like you here. Alrighty then. Guess we'll see how that goes in a while. For now though, more trash mobs, my favorite pastime. Guess I should have changed Karna out, now that he's upon date and all. And so we have reached the end of all things. It's the Kali Yuga again. I hope we can escape in the border with more room to spare this time. Agreed, but I expect things will be okay. This town knows how to do more than just pray now. We'll help them all we can, then make our escape when the time is right. The problem is, if you're going to fight and not pray, will that make you be considered defective? Because then you kind of shit out of luck. They should be more than capable of surviving until the next Yuga cycle begins by then. Oh, speaking of Kali, here comes another wave now. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Like you said, these people have all been training. Wait, something's not right. Are those Kalis swarming together? Okay, for some reason they can fuse now. What the hecking heck? They just merged into a new giant Kali. What the hell is that? I've never seen a Kali like that before. Why is this happening? Are they making themselves stronger because we decided to fight back? Stay back, Asha. Okay. Be careful, father. This isn't good. We only taught these people how to handle normal Kali. That giant one is in a whole other league. It's a shame we won't be able to help them with the other Kali. But we're the only ones here who can handle that giant. Let's go. And so, basically, all of this was rendered meaningless. Because if they can just merge into bigger Kali on demand, and they can't handle it, they're not going to be able to handle anything, pretty much. Anyways, it's still a trash mob, so who cares? Ooh, did I already get one arrowhead out of that? Because that would be pretty nice indeed. So, since I have all my servants at 999 except Billy and Tel right now, because that is quite literally not possible for me yet, the way I run my stuff is it keeps track of all guaranteed drops to the best of my ability, but it's kind of hard to find info what's guaranteed drops and what isn't for stuff like the main story and all that, so I expect to get some eggs and non-eggs, that is arrowheads, on the way here. That will decrease the amount I need to farm, because I'm going to need to farm for a lot of egg. Not so much arrowheads, because I think I just kind of automatically get enough of those while I farm eggs. Maybe not automatically if I just get super unlucky with them, but you know what I mean. Alright, there's a Kali Sangha. Plus bottle and beer real quick. But yeah, I can't keep track of stuff like that, so instead I keep track of everything else. I'm curious then, what do Kali Sanghas have going for them? Sangha... Skill 1, Domination. They can put a taunt that is stronger than a player taunts, by the way, for 3 turns on an enemy, and 500 curse. The NP doubles the effectiveness of curse and deals damage. Neat. Can't be turned into pigs. And that. They will prioritize opponents that don't have buff targets focus, or in other words, taunts. when they use the skill, so they try to put it on servants that don't have that going on them. Makes sense. Alright, it's dead. There, it's dead. How are the people doing? There's nothing more I can do. Let's get out of here. Oh, okay. Oh, they're over there. Oh, please, help me. My leg got stuck in the rubble. Please, God, I pray to you as much as you like, I promise. Goddamn Ullo. This isn't my fault. I know. This is all the god's will. Has to be. Father. Father. Don't cry. It's no big deal. Just have to get used to limping for a while. No point in me trying to fight anymore. Let's go find a place to hide. Hold on to me, Father. I'll help you walk. Are you okay? Does your leg hurt? You've really grown up, haven't you? Oh, well, I'm sure I have. Guess that makes sense. Seeing how you turn 4,000 days old tomorrow. We'll have to celebrate. Remembered! Don't worry, you won't. Once again, I dream as I close my eyes. I dream of an impossibly tragic war, taking place for impossibly meaningless reasons. A pointless war that wiped an entire clan out of existence. A war that swallowed the land whole, claiming untold number of lives. A war that trampled the souls of countless brave warriors underfoot. Uttara, son of Virata, died. My brother, Shweta, was killed by Bhisma. Bhima killed the king of Kalinga. Virata's eldest son, Shankha, also died. All 100 of the princes died, one after another. Iravan was killed as well. I killed Bhisma with Shikandi's help. Abhimanyu was also killed. So many dead, so many killed. Death and killing, killing and death, over and over and over. I saw countless friends and allies die, saw countless enemies and foes die. Once all my thoughts had passed me by, and all my emotions had been drained out of me, I was left with only one question. Why? Hey. Hey. Good, you're finally awake. I didn't know you slept too. I know this is short notice, but I need a new power. It's just like I told you in my report. Yama's power wasn't helpful at all. Come to think of it, it's probably because he's similar to Hades. May have spent my time hating him without realizing it. So I need you to lend me another divinity. Yama alone isn't going to cut it. Of course, this would be strictly to help me with my research, to help me uphold the laws of this just world. So you can understand that my request is completely justified, right? A trivial matter, as all things are. Oh, I've actually run out of AP way ahead of time. Doesn't matter. Refill time. Damn it, I didn't expect him to give me another job as part of the package. Oh well, I guess I can't really focus on my research until they're taken care of anyway. Does that mean I can trust you to deal with them? I know I brought some sacred peace along with me, but I can't let the Kali run rampant either. Part of our job is making sure that judgments are handled impartially. Any imbalances need to be corrected. Especially seeing how there's a whole new giant Kali I've never seen before now. Maybe he's the alpha or something. Suit yourself. You're staying outside the town, right? It's none of my business what you choose to point your crossbow at. Actually, I'm tired of picking targets off at long range. Feels like it dulls my instincts, you know. Just can't seem to get in my usual hunter mood that way. I've remembered that taking shots from extreme distances isn't my thing. Much rather stay at a comfortable 100 paces or so. I assume those aren't the after effects speaking. Huh? I may have perfectly healed your physical injuries thanks to my medical expertise and his abundant magical energy. But even I can't help with your mental ones. The memory of your precious arrows failing to find the targets. The abject defeat you suffered as an archer unable to land a single shot on your intended target. Those are the kind of things that leave a deep, permanent mark on your spirit origin. Much as I hate to admit it, even I can't cure that. I don't know. Never been an especially sensitive hunter. Just think sticking to my preferred range will make things easier for me. At any rate, I'll take care of the Kali in town and come back you up when I'm done. Honestly, now that I have the power of 2 cards to work with, you hardly need to bother. This is like being able to do 2 different operations simultaneously. I can handle even the most difficult patients and hum at the same time now. By the way, there's something I've been wondering for a while now. What is it? It's nothing major, mind you. I was just curious why I was the last Lokapala summoned is all. We already had Nesha, the son of the great Chinese hero Li Jing, you, the legendary god of medicine from Greek mythology. Not to mention Aswathaman, the heroic half-incarnation of Shiva from the Mahabharata, was here even before you two. So with all those amazing mythical figures around, why would he pick an ordinary guy like me as his final Lokapala? Beats me. Who knows what a god that pure could be thinking? Besides, we don't even know if he summoned you on purpose. You'd have to ask him or the alter ego about that. There is every chance that you were only summoned by sheer coincidence. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But in case it wasn't a coincidence, there was just something about your posture that told me now might be a good time to think about it. My posture? What are you talking about? You know, I don't even know myself. I guess it's just Hunter's intuition. There really are a lot more of them on Kali Yuga. That's not all. Sacred beasts. Right. Yes, and they seem to be even more worked up than usual. Does this mean... Of course it means one of us will show up, but not the same one as last time. But as I have already been compensated, I suppose I can make a house call. You're a doctor guy. That's Asclepius. I know Greek heroes have difficult names, but you've at least got to try. Arjuna's quite generous as cards go. All I had to do was ask, and he gave me a new divinity. A new divinity? That's the same one you were using before. Now, there's this. I still have issues with the idea of cards, but at least this one is in Greek. If it'll help me keep making progress, I won't hesitate to use whatever I can. Is that... water? Water. Oh no, he's got Varuna, the god of water. That one might be an even better fit for him than Yama. Varuna was the regent of the West, and was famous for using medical science to save people. He's using that water to enhance the sacred beast's strength. It must have some sort of medicinal properties. Oh great, so he's doping his attack beastings with divine steroid water. Bet it's going to give them some completely broken regen ability or something. This is going to be a huge pain in the ass, I can tell already. Look, I enjoy a brutally difficult grindfest as much as the next gamer, but at some point it gets too hard to even bother with. Ain't that the truth? Stop whining. No, Rama, I think she has a point. The people of this town have finally found the will to fight back. I'm not going to let these things ruin that. Not on my watch. We need to prove that neither this false god nor his underlings are invincible. They must be defeated. We're the ones who showed them this path and started them along it. Now we have to show them what lies at its end. Even if he does have a new divinity at his disposal now, it's still no more than a tool, something more or less tacked on, to use modern parlance. Even if this new divinity does pertain to healing, the damage to Asclepius' own spirit origin is not the sort that can be recovered from in a day. Not when Asclepius himself has divinity of his own. In brief, it is eminently possible that he has not recovered from damage he sustained in your last battle. That could be just the advantage you need. Wish I could give you some more helpful instructions, but I'm afraid that's all I've got this time. That's more than enough, Holmes. Master, we're up against Asclepius and his two divinities. I know he's a formidable enemy, but... yeah, I can't say why, but I know we can take him. Oh! You're welcome to try, foolish peasants. At this point, I've both conquered death and gained the power to heal people with godlike power, despite not being a god myself. I've never been more capable. Maybe now I can cure that idiocy of yours just as well as I can everything else. Alright, I believe this is an actually real fight. This is the climactic battle against Asclepius. I need to think a bit. How do I do this in a funky way? First of all, I am going to limit myself to these three, so... honestly, I think I'm just gonna go with this. If we're going to stick to teamed fights, I might as well go with the Doctor show-off. Ignore the fact that obviously Nightingale is a nurse and not a doctor. But we don't need to stick to that kind of stuff. In fact, we can go even further. What else can I do here? The hell do I put in my back row at this point? I guess it's the generic support package that goes in there. I'm not sure why I would consider this a generic support package, because this is just generic garbage package, but you know, I'll go with that. And finally, I think Landling will do. Actually, no, I will still avoid using my max limit broken case scopes here whenever I can. Of course, this is one of these where there are plenty of trash mobs in the way. But the important thing is, of course, actually keeping Nightingale alive, so... we'll be focusing on doing so. Yeah, that's the first wave down. I guess I can start out by just throwing some Ganesh activity in here. Disaster ending raw. Alright, and this should work out to clean it out, I guess. I hope. It didn't actually. Whoopsie. Oh well, that should be fine. Alright, double Sarama. That's obnoxious, but sure, why not? Guess we'll start out by just doing that. Get the NP ball rolling and all that. No need to do this quickly or anything. Yeah, that NP seal is kind of obnoxious, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, Nightingale is the damage dealer, so let's pop that. Understanding of the human body. And let's start punching in. I'm just going to ignore the Saramas for now. Okay. So the main problem here, of course, is that Asclepius kind of increased their NP very quickly, leading to sadness. But that should be fine, I think this is enough of a healer. And next up we want to keep on dealing the damage, I guess. Let's go with Ganesh Impact. As a damage dealing tool, apparently. Oh wow, my favorite pastime. Alright, now the damage is starting to kick in. Well, it should be more than fine. Let's add the healing up and just pop this. Don't really need to care about Nightingale this turn. Even Jinako can deal 2000 damage. If not, I'll just be extraordinarily sad. Okay. Ooh. Oh, the buffs are actually for everyone. Oh snap, that's kinda bad actually. Alright, let's protect Nightingale. And then we are going to decidedly hope that Asclepius does not. Actually, I can make it safe. Let me stun Asclepius. Oh, well, that's unfortunate in it. All right, that's fine. Why didn't I just make a Brave Chain? I don't know, but I sure didn't. How big of a crit buff is that? Alright, so this will give me safety this turn. Still don't actually need to use Nightingale's skill here. Maybe I'll instead do it like this. I'll have Ganesha actually take that. That's a 50% crit rate up. And I guess since Saramas are assassins, they already have like a 50% or at least close to it. That was still a lot of damage to Ganesha. Well, safety never hurt anyone, so... Or do I want that? I think I want that. Could probably just pound Asclepius, do dust here. But I think I'll be merciful. Right. Ooh, Nightingale is actually dead. I don't like that, but alright. Well, it's Anderson's time to shine here then, I suppose. As Ganesha has been turned into my damage dealer. God help me. Having Irisville actually be capable of NPing here would be pretty helpful. Someone's going to violently die this turn. But it won't be Irisville. And I really need to get rid of Asclap here. I would rather get lucky any day than be skilled, so that worked out nicely. Now I just need to deal with this nonsense. That's fine. What isn't fine is that these things have this permanent 10% heal. Can I even do enough damage? Oh god. Oh god, this is the worst. Have I screwed myself? Oh boy. But it's extremely important I keep Ganesha living. Just for this. So I guess Irisville might actually deal better damage at this point. Just because of class advantage. Oh yeah, way better damage actually. Yeah, I should be fine, I just prioritized the wrong servant though, so... Still in danger. But Ganesha can just take this. No problem. Even Anderson is probably gonna deal better damage. Okay. I think we'll survive. Might just be by the skin of our teeth, but I think we will. I could NP with Anderson here, but I think I'll just go with this and make it into a double pretty much. Just do this and not hit 200% because I'm an idiot. Perfect. I'm not even gonna win here this turn. Yeah, don't worry, I don't know about what I'm talking about either. But at least this should be over and I can move on to better things than this mess. Wow. Yeah, that's just a par for the course, really. I say that a lot. But yeah, I probably could have played this a lot better. But luckily it's not like this was a particularly difficult fight. But it's good to know that the first thing you hear is that I'm an idiot and you agree. What's wrong, Sacred Beasts? I know you can keep going. Come on, get up. I'll keep healing you. What's going... In short, you are neither a pseudo-servant in a special vessel. If we're talking about God Arjuna, in terms of being a character, he's not particularly interesting. I mean, I guess that's probably going to change once we reach the end here, but for now, I'm not particularly impressed. Nor a naturally occurring divine spirit amalgamation. That made all the difference. I remember what happened to Nesha. Nesha intentionally chose to overload her spirit origin, but you've done a decent job of it without even trying. Not only are you bearing the brunt of two divinities in a single servant body, but one of them is pushing your already perfect healing abilities well beyond their limits. I'm not entirely sure if that makes sense. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because the thing with God Arjuna here is that... I don't know. He's not... I think he's not necessarily wrong, but it's the whole thing about being too extreme. I know where this is basically going here, but, you know, it ain't good. Oh well, he's a strong buster servant, so it'll be fine, right? We don't need well-written characters when they can just press red buttons. Yeah, I think that's fair. Like, in theory, in theory saying that flawed things should just be erased, but in theory there's a hint of truth in there, but you can't just fix it like the way he's going at it. It needs to be more gradual. But that's the whole point, that it's being accelerated to a point where everything happens far too fast. Change happens over a long period of time, because that's how humans kind of function. You can't just force a change. Yeah, that's also valid. As we saw with the dog here, and probably with what's his face that hurt his leg here. Like, obviously you can say that most people are flawed in various ways anyways, but especially the part how he goes about saying that if you're physically hurt, something that you will eventually heal from, that's not a flaw. So yeah, it's like, and yeah, everyone is flawed in some way, but the idea is that you need to hide it. Don't hide your flaws. I'm not a smart person, and I'm not about to hide that fact. And I am certainly very flawed as a human. Don't you worry. But we'll see if there's deeper meaning to all of this by the end, because obviously I still have like a good third of this story to go. But right now he's pretty damn wrong, and it's interesting. It's interesting because the third law spelled, while it was also wrong in its own way, it's you could kind of see the logic in there. People will be happy if they just don't know any better, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the way the game treats it, it's a dead end because humans are never going to evolve further by staying ignorant. But in theory, that's not entirely wrong to do. Like, it's kind of hard to word it in a way that, like obviously it's wrong. Don't keep you people ignorant. But you can see the logic there. Here it's just like, well, I have decided that you are not necessary and flawed, so you're not given the option to improve upon yourself. You just gone. And that's not a very cool way of handling things. You've obviously been pushing yourself way too hard. And since you don't have some special background that lets you handle that kind of load like Arjuna does, this was only ever going to end up with you destroying yourself. I'm pretty sure Arjuna knew that too. What? That can't be right. Why would he do something like... Well... Yeah, good job there. You played yourself. It doesn't matter to him, because the end goal right now seems to just get rid of everything. A trivial matter, as all things are. Damn it, so that's what he meant. He didn't care what might happen to me. I'm as completely inconsequential to him as anything else. That damn fool didn't appreciate the value of medicine any more than the utter idiot guards did. Yeah, people will have him as a berserker because he's pretty much the best option there. I'm probably not gonna do that because my support list is much more on the servants I like category. Out of curiosity, who's the most hated one? I think I can see where this might be going. Oh, not where I was expecting this to be going. Honestly, oh right. I actually misread that. The two most popular berserkers, right? I thought you were saying that they will have the two most hated servants on support in general. So I was expecting Skadi, because everyone has Skadi on the support list. I'm not sure why you'd necessarily hate Skadi, but you know. Raikou, I think it's fair. Raikou, like, I guess most of the female servants writer draws are pretty polarizing, to say the least. Some people like them and some absolutely hate them because they have advanced anatomy and, well, Raikou also has issues as a character, I suppose, that I can see people not liking. Yeah, same. If I had Skadi, I'd probably still actually have Waver up there as a more general tool. But unfortunately I don't have Skadi. Yeah, I think Raikou can suffer from having a pretty one-note personality. More like two notes, but you know, having a clingy mother character can definitely be kind of a pain. I don't actually mind her, but you can rest assured that after God Arjuna comes out, you will probably see a lot less of her in there. So that's at least something, right? Yeah, that's understandable. There was just something about your posture that told me now might be a good time to think about it. I see. So that's what he was going on about. Well, at least it's a small improvement, right? The most hated gets replaced by the second. Yeah. It's an improvement. Yeah. I'm already worried about the God Arjuna gacha here because I'm trying to collect every servant, right? And I don't have endless funds like most other people who try to do that. And believe me, I don't even really want to get him specifically. I would much rather be getting Chinako from the first gacha here. Man, that's pretty bad, huh? At least I don't have such strong opinions on any disliked characters. But that sounds pretty bad. Maybe I have been the idiot all this time. It's ironic, Asclepius. You saw the world where one would never die just for excelling. And now you've excelled so much in your pursuit of power that you brought about your own death. I can't believe I forgot something so fundamental. Even medicine can be harmful in excess. I neglected to walk that line and now I'm paying the price. What an embarrassing mistake. So, I've taken note that Raikou is a pretty popular servant in events too, like you see her a lot. So, that's kind of rough. I hope you don't have same issues with Murasaki Shikibu, since I've taken a note that she shows up a lot as well. I could imagine that. Especially with the design, there's a lot of similarities there. And the Raiku's interlude showed that they have, to some degree, fairly similar character traits. Yeah, that's Raida at work. I'm just going to have to deal with Raida's amazing female designs. Speaking of things I forgot, Hey, before I go, just tell me one thing. Do I seem that strange to you? Yeah, it might get that bad eventually. I don't know if you've seen the summer version, which is design-wise it's probably worse, but all I want is to advance medicine for the good of all mankind. Women, children, the elderly, everyone should be able to benefit from getting the treatment they need. I don't think it will. Unfortunately, though, Raiko isn't going anywhere anytime soon. She will keep popping up. In the main story and elsewhere, and it's gonna be rough for the next few years, I guess. All I want is a world where you won't be just an outcast just for excelling. Excellence shouldn't be a crime. Eventually she will be. I think I probably shouldn't go into details, since, you know, NA and all that, but eventually you'll at least have a minor role, I suppose. You're not wrong. There's nothing strange about your stance. I think any hero would feel much the same as you do. But even so, I'm not quite sure how to describe this, but you don't get to talk about that kind of thing when you're working for the jerks running this world. At least that's how it feels to me. Well, I hope you can actually do that. I'm not familiar enough with the later parts of the story on the JP side where I could say how big of a role she actually has. You can probably manage. Of course, my feelings are also Ganesha's feelings right now, so they do carry plenty of divine weight. The more a god thinks such things without any reason, the worse that is, huh? That's possible. Maybe that lack of self-awareness is what I need to treat. Alright, Asclepius is dead. Probably gonna talk about how I feel about him in a bit here. Let's see. There's probably nothing difficult coming after this, right? Oh, never mind. Okay, well, now that Asclepius is dead, I'm not sure how I feel about his character here. He was pretty unimpressive, honestly. He's a very one-note character right now. But I guess Yuga Kshetra is Higashide's writing, right? And Higashide likes to make very one-note characters. Like, take one trait and just roll with it. You can see it with Rama and others here as well. Rama has, to a decent degree, has been reduced to being all about Sita. I know it's an important part of his character and all, but you don't need to keep reminding us about that at all times. Yeah, that's fair. It's often characters tend to get better once you see them more, or you know they get worse. That's also understandable, but you know, I hope we get to see Asclepius in an event at some point not too far in the future, so we can explore some of the more interesting parts of him, I guess. I don't actually know if he's a part of any specific event or anything. I know that eventually he has... he does have his interlude, which goes into a bit more detail on on his character, but beyond that I don't know. Alright, that's fair enough. We won, though I don't know what he kept muttering about even as he disappeared. What an odd man. Asclepius' spirit origin has completely vanished. We've beaten him. We did it, Master. Foe. Oh damn, they got him, huh? Well, I've just wrapped up things with the Kali here. Guess I may as well go and avenge him. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Effect of Unforgiving World weakened by the defeat of Lokapala Asclepius. Well, unfortunately it's not gonna take very long for us to have to deal with the next one. Because it looks like we're doing that right away. I see. That sounds like a shame because I actually kinda like William Tell's character. He hasn't really shown much here so far. But we'll see how that goes. First of all, we're gonna have to deal with this fight, I guess. I'm gonna have to play around this annoying gimmick. I don't usually like to completely ignore gimmicks, but I'm gonna do that anyways here. How do I want to do this? I think I'm gonna do something that probably doesn't work. This is not a good team. But let's start out with that. Using a saber would be a really bad idea. Yeah, I could probably clear most of this like pretty easily with just a few servants here, but especially with the harder fights, I like my variety, and I will avoid the big casters to the best of my ability as usual. Yeah, let's take Miu. That'll work out great. And let's see here. Ignore invincible. Are there no CEs with? Are there no CEs with ignores evade? I guess not. Well, that's not that important. Let's do something like this. So everything at least goes through here. Yeah, I imagine most people would just go with support waiver, or in case of quick teams, support Scuddy. In case of Buster teams, probably maybe even Merlin, but I feel the need to have my share of fun. I have all these servants, so at least make an effort to use them. What's my last servant I want to take into this? That's way too expensive actually. All right, let's take something that's actually low rarity then. some kind of a support servant that doesn't have offensive NPs, I guess. Well, when in doubt, just slap hands on it. Brilliant. This is the worst team I've ever seen. Let's leave a Mew for later here. Yeah, there's probably actually worse teams, but like, I'm going into this boss fight with 0 offensive NPs. Let's call that a gimmick. I'm sure this could possibly not go wrong. Well, I guess this support Ganesha actually has an offensive NP, but yeah. Turns out when you stop using the OP supports like Waver and such, Mew starts to become a lot more usable just because she's one of the few ways you can get a 30% NP charge on demand, and the NP gives you even more. So she's actually not the worst. Like, she's definitely completely outclassed, and you usually end up not using her at all because of that, but when you don't, that's fine, I think. Arthur fell asleep after I took him to the healer. That means he'll be okay, right? Yeah, that's how you start the game. You just ignore supports completely and just go with the damage. I can see how that would be bad. I often do that with easier nodes because thinking is hard. Yeah, that's fair, but at the start of the game you don't necessarily have the options. Oh, well, if you start with Waver, that changes things. And once we get the after we get the update to the starter servant roster that you can start out, I strongly recommend new players to start out with Helena, because Helena is just one of the best supports in the game. That's a pretty stacked starting roster. Yeah, Helena ends up kind of falling off when you again start using the stronger supports, but she has insane utility for farming, because she does all the support stuff, but she can also clean out a trash wave. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't reroll like at all. I got from the starter roll, I got 2 4-star servants, and I pretty much called it a day, because I didn't mean to play this game nearly this seriously. So, and then I almost immediately got Saber Alter during, like, right at the start of the game, basically, because it was Saber Wars when I started. So then I had like 3-4 gold sabers to work with, and I was able to fully clear that event like on the 3rd day of me playing the game, so that was pretty nice. I wonder if there's something I can do to help. You want to help? I don't know, you're still just a child. We can't give you a sword, and there aren't any other weapons you could use safely. You can pray, of course. Go on, close your eyes and pray as hard as you can for God to help. Look out, Master. It's William Tell. Oh, so you're coming to face off yourself this time? Actually, that's about the distance I prefer to operate from. Besides, this is the climax of the hunt. I can't just pass up a chance like this, when my quarry is already weak and exhausted. A hunter doesn't feel bad about bringing down their prey. We feel accomplished. We are in a difficult position, having fought so many Kali and Asclepius. I would much rather we had time to recover before our next showdown with William Tell. I'm sure you'd like that, but the thing about hunters is that we don't let our quarry escape. Traps, wind, climate, scent, bait. When we decide to bring down a target, we make sure to use whatever it takes. And if we let a wounded animal get away, well, there's no greater shame than that. When that happens, we just have to accept it's God's will and resign ourselves to going to bed with an empty stomach. I think it's actually kind of funny. A lot of the servants I've grailed are considered, like, not necessarily the best, but because I like them, I found ways to make them work way better than they probably should. Like, I have Osaka Behime right here. I decided to, my grail plan basically for servants is any females with classes. That's the team I'm going with. So Osaka Behime fits that, and I use her all of the time basically. When I decide I don't feel like being creative with my stuff. And the same applies to most of my servants. I can do a lot of good stuff with them. So I think that the most useful servants end up being, or rather, the most useful servants end up being your favorite ones, to at least to some degree. Obviously, they're not going to match up to the waivers and what have you as universally useful. Obviously, Osaka Behime is a bit more limited in that sense, but you know, I get so much use out of her, it's insane. Yeah, Sitona is one of these servants I actually missed. I couldn't actually afford to roll too much there. Yeah, that's fair. I missed out on Sitona. It's kind of unfortunate because as a I'm Finnish, right? Like 1/3 of her is Finnish, so that works out for me. Yeah, I definitely don't care about returning everything. The only thing I care about in terms of like returning generally is farming. I spend a lot of time optimizing my farming teams so I can return. But I don't just stick to like Scuddy loops or whatever. I always try to prioritize the servants with the lowest bond level. So they don't end up hitting bond 10 and then I never end up using them. So I end up spending hours trying to make nonsense setups work instead of doing the sensible stuff. It's actually kind of fun trying to make that work. But it's definitely it takes a lot of time and effort to make this stuff work. I don't care about events usually because there it's much more worthwhile to usually optimize your drops there so you can get the event done quicker. So I don't care about getting 3 turns during those. Well, of course, yeah, the lotteries are an exception to that. Then I need to care about only 3 turning because I need to open like 900 boxes or something. And yeah, I got kind of lucky with being able to do 3 turn setups there, but they would have been so much easier if I had I missed out on Summer Jan. I think it was Gilfest or Christmas where she would have easily solved all of my problems. That or Scotty. Both of them. Oh, right. Christmas was Lancers. Yeah, there was nothing I could have really done about that. Lartoria probably would have helped me a lot there, but I don't have Lartoria. I'm missing a lot of good farming servants, actually. It's kind of insane. Damn, that's rough. I have like at this point I don't really have issues with variety because I'm missing what 26 servants right now. So it's not too bad anymore, but it's insane how I'm missing so many good farming servants when I have like 80 to 90% of all the servants in the game at this point. And that's what I'm working towards. Making sure I have everything eventually. I guess at this point you can probably call me a whale. I didn't mean this to happen. But unlike most of the bigger whales that try to get everything, I seriously don't have like endless funds or anything, so I'm just kind of relying on getting lucky, and oh man, is luck never on my side. It's kind of miserable. But yeah, at this point you can probably call me a whale. I think in the last 3.5 years I'm approaching like 20k or something on this game. Jesus Christ. Just saying that is awful. Looks like he's not gonna let us get away. Right, we'll just have to settle things here and now, Master. If he has yet to fully recover from the last battle, you should still have a chance, though it won't be easy fight by any means. Hang in there. Yeah, that was my original plan, to like spend on the GSSRs and maybe a bit on some of my personal favorites, but I can't play games without like going for completion or something, which is why I've also spent the last like two years farming for materials, and I finally have every servant I have at max skills, you know, ignoring the need for lords, of course. So everything I have is 999 except William Tell, because I haven't had the opportunity to farm for arrowheads yet. Well, at least we don't have to worry about him sniping at us from extreme range now. But he can still control the wind as he likes thanks to Vayu. Keep your guard up, Ringo. There's no telling how he'll try shooting his arrows at us next. Okay, now we can start this fight. Yeah, I don't think too many people have maxed out skills. Of course, to some degree, I guess. Well, if you have a lot less servants, obviously it's gonna be somewhat easier. But I'm not gonna say that that's any less impressive. I know how much time and effort goes into farming all of this. I know someone I talked to said that they're aiming to get every servant to 888 within this year. Yeah, I spent a lot of Saint Watts to farm, especially during lotteries. That's why I don't actually have Gil yet. I never have an opportunity to roll for him. He's only been really available during New Year's. And during New Year's there's a bunch of other servants you need to deal with. And during Guildfest I can't actually roll for him because I need to spend my time on farming. I don't actually need to do that anymore. I probably need to deal with this Garuda first, don't I? Do I know how to use Quinling U? Probably not. Yeah, I have monstrous amounts of spreadsheets so I can farm stuff as effectively as possible. Now that I basically have all my servants maxed out, I'm focusing on getting all the mats for future servants, of course. So, ignoring the new mats, I have everything farmed until the next summer event starts. The next thing I'm going to do is obviously farm all the eggs and... all the eggs and... whatchamacallem... the arrowheads. Right. I'll farm those and then I'll continue my summer farming. I have everything ready for the bronze servants as well, of course, because, well, they come before the summer events. I'm really excited for some of those. Probably the most low-key one of them. Also, this is already kind of looking bad. Also witnessing a lot of damage. But yeah. I think low-key the one I'm most excited about is actually Bartholomew. Because while he's not like super flashy like Cheng Kong or complete nonsense like Salome, quick servants don't have a lot of good supports. And while he's not necessarily the best at that, he is a new addition to that. So I'm definitely excited to see him in the future. And how do I want to play this? So I'll go with this. But yeah, I'm definitely not the kind of person that ignores low rarity servants or anything. They have a lot of use and, well, I like my variety. Man, these things do not like Inshun, do they? Which is actually, that's super weird. Because I know these things actually prioritize attacking evil alignment servants, and I don't think Inshun is one of them. I think I'm gonna do this to protect him and take this NP safely. Actually, let me pop the defenses here. Make use of that brand new crit buff. No, that's not even enough. Probably could have popped Ganesha's first skill last turn already, but oh well, that's not a big deal. Yeah, looking at this, Housodin is in fact not evil. I don't know why he would be, but these things prioritize evil and they just try to go after him for no reason, I guess. Yeah, they prioritize evil to some degree. It kind of varies between all the guardians or whatever the hell these are called. but they deal extra damage to evil alignment on NP, and they do prioritize them slightly. So it's... I don't remember the alignments of my servants. Let me see here. Oh. Is this your support? Because I see a team going in here. That's fair. Okay, so now that we've actually reached the boss fight, the gimmick on this is a 50% chance to reduce damage to 0 because evade. Fun. I think the best way to do this is to get rid of the garbage mobs first, I guess. That's understandable. I hope I actually get the new Da Vinci. While I'm not going to actually trail her, she's definitely one of the servants I personally want the most this year. Not just because she's good and all that, but also because I like Da Vinci in general. The original one I did trail. Alright, I think I can safely NP with Ganesha this turn. And then that. Yeah, I guess eventually we'll hit the problem where those rails aren't gonna be enough. I missed out on Samuel John, and I'm probably gonna miss out on Chinago here. But if I get everyone from here on out, I'm gonna have to start planning out who to Grail specifically at some point, because I need to have at least 7 Grails ready when the collab event from JP this year comes around. Grail Idols or whatever the hell. Okay, how do I do this? Guess this is just kind of fine. Yeah, let's do that. Not for the damage, but to get Osaka Behemoth going on. Looking pretty good to me. My Echan is fully grailed and golden fold. And like, I think she's the only servant I've specifically rolled for more than NP1 for. There are servants I have at higher levels than that, but she's the only one I've specifically gone out of my way to get, because she's kind of my absolute favorite here. Ouch, that's harsh. I know a thing or two about spooks. I haven't had a good time with those lately. Just constant misery on that front. And the next 3 months are awful. On the Grail front, I don't need to worry too much. I'm gonna have to miss out on Chinago because she's a permanent addition. And then I hopefully should get Summer-John during the rerun, because if I don't, that's really bad. She has no rate ups after that in the next 2 years. Yeah, that's all right. But yeah, those spooks never feel good. If I had the option, I would actually take a Drake spook, because she's one of the few servants I'm still missing. That are permanent, that is. That's fair. I got hit by Jax somewhere along the way. I forget what it was. It might have been the... Oh, I think it was Summer Jam actually, so I wasn't too pleased by that. But I also... I don't know, there's not much point in complaining about that. It's an improvement on my servants and all that, so... So I know I had like a plan going into this fight and all, but not much has been going on here. Let's go with that. But yeah, especially the Scotty Banner and Summer John, they were so bad because not only did I spend like a total of like 3,000 forces on those two, and I didn't get what I came for, but I only got 3 SSRs during the entire thing. It was awful. Not gonna lie, that I have a pretty high tolerance for nonsense, but those are 2 times when I was feeling pretty salted out. So far this fight is actually kind of working out. It's not that hard when you just ignore the gimmick entirely. Yeah, that's actually... Yeah, the anniversary can't come up soon enough. One of the things that's kind of a shame on that front is that I would have kind of liked to have Summer 3 first in terms of like timing, but I'm definitely not gonna complain about that because the rate of improvement is going to be so good. Also, in general, just having more. In general, just having more of the having the 11th roll going on there is what I'm trying to say. Unfortunately, someone's going to have to bite the bullet here, I think. Ganesh can just kind of live. Summer 3 would be before anniversary on JP, but because they started the game like 2 months too early back then, they have to reshuffle it around so that anniversary comes first. And it's definitely both a blessing and a curse for me. Like, for most people it's probably just a good thing. Getting those free anniversary courses first. And the improvements as well. Alright, that's unfortunate. But it's better than Quinling you fighting it. Okay, now we can start working with Quinling you a bit better, I think. Yeah, but in general, like, if the sooner you get those 3 quarters, it's just better for you, right? Like, in general. But if you don't need to roll, then that's good. I have to roll for both of the summer banners because I didn't get the roll for Summer BB's banners like at all. I don't have any of the servants from that. I got 8 of both Summer Banana and Ushi, and 0 Summer John, so I need to start with that, and then I need to go into the second banner, and I can't say I'm too happy about that. Just because there's so much. At least I don't need to get MA double X or BB for that matter, because they are available later. But I do need to get Summer Maeve immediately. I'd be super happy if I didn't have all those Summer Bananas at this point, because I'm going to have to roll for Zitonai as well when that comes around, but that banner has absolutely nothing else for me at this point. I have to see... I think I have at least one of them at the max limit broken, and that's all I really care about. But yeah, it's kind of a waste. If Chiome was still in there this year, and she isn't, that could at least give me something that's not at NP5, but it's not that big of a deal. I hope... In general, I just hope that my luck will turn around. Alright, Ganesha can do her job here pretty nicely. Ouch, that's pretty bad. I want to say Kama took me like 700. That's a recent example. I don't remember any other particularly bad ones. Like, they're all bad, but I don't remember if Shikibu or something took me more. I know that was a disaster. Yeah, I would also like to have most of my servants higher than NP1, especially the ones I actually like, you know. I'd like to roll NP5 Echan at any moment, but unfortunately I do have to prioritize the completionist part. I guess if I manage to roll Skadi from her banner when she comes around, maybe, just maybe I can afford to like roll for Echan at there, but it's not likely. I think I'll go like this. And this fight actually kind of worked out, didn't it? I'm not sure if actually having Queen Ling Yu there actually helped this fight in any way, but that's what I did and it worked out. Damn it, none of my attacks are landing. Every time I think we have him, he slips out of reach again. He's just too damn good at controlling the position of this fight. I can't read his arrow's trajectory. It's taking everything I have just to defend against them. He must be using the wind guard's power to control their flight path. We can't even tell where he's firing from. This must be what it is like to be a cornered animal, but we can't just let him bring us down. That's a lot for the next year. I can only wish you luck on that. If you're pretty much a a GSR only, I guess. So I'd almost call that basically free to play at that point. That's a lot. So I can only wish you luck there. It bears asking, I think. Can you draw his fire toward you like you did before? I don't think so. The situation is too different. At this point, there's no way I could reverse concentrate all the different possibilities, no matter how hard I push the goddess's divine core. I see. Not sure why that is, but I'm glad to hear it all the same. At least now, we won't have to rely on a cowardly strategy where you end up hurt. And all I can do is stand back and watch, angry at myself for being so helpless. There you go again. Hang on, Lady Lakshmi. I'll help you. Stop. That won't work on him. Any non-mystic attacks will just... Yeah, so that's what, about 3000 Saint Quarters for all of that? Yeah, that's gonna take a decent amount of luck, I think. Damn, sorry about that. I wasn't ordered to hurt any civilians. But I couldn't help the reflex to return fire when he shot at me. I have to say though, that's pretty impressive for a homemade crossbow. Even so, you shouldn't go around firing it at a real hunter. In that case, it might be doable with like average luck. Yeah, I think that's just about average, I guess. Well, I'm sure you're much better at actually saving Saint Quartz than I am. So, as long as you don't go rolling for things you shouldn't be rolling for, I'm sure that might actually work out. Damn it, there has to be some way we can defeat him. Okay, that was the end of that. It's already that late? Oh. Yeah, who knows what they're doing with the Thanksgiving banner. Give me Skanda, please. I know they won't, but I'm still hoping for that. Well, we still have one more note to do here. As I kept walking, I got more and more anxious. What if father ends up dying? He remembered my birth anniversary and everything. He said he would celebrate it with me. And for just an instant, I'm pretty sure he even patted my head earlier. What do I do? How can I make sure everyone ends up happy? Is there any way for my father to get better, the Kali to go away, and all of us to go to the next Yuga together? Then I remembered the nice travelers, the ones who seem like gods but aren't. If the only thing I can do is pray, I'd rather pray to them. Besides, they know all sorts of things. Maybe they'll even know how to fix my father's injury. I'll go look for them. I didn't know what was going on, but I could tell that the travelers were in trouble. It's really surprising, but I can't just stand around in shock. The man attacking the travelers must be one of the bad guards someone once told me about. Honestly, I still don't know what the difference is between good guards and bad guards. But I definitely don't want the travelers to die. I have to do something. Something fell to the ground in front of me. I know what this is. I saw the grown-ups practicing with them. You just squeeze this part and it shoots an arrow. Could I use this to help? Maybe, if I can help the nice travelers, they can help my father? Is this actually going to go in the direction of the mandatory feel bad for these people character actually contributing somehow to what we're doing. Is that... Oh no! Russia, stop! Someone else foolish enough to shoot at a seasoned hunter. It's time to show them what happens when... I can't pull the trigger. What are you doing? Didn't you fight to protect children? Yeah, we all know your story. Come on, William. Don't you remember your son? Don't you remember how you had to shoot that apple off his head to save him from that jerkwad of a Foggets? Listen, I'm a hardcore gamer, so I may not know much outside of my wheelhouse, but I know this. Shooting a kid is the one thing William Tell should never, ever do. My son? What are you talking about? I can't believe it. His memories must have been deemed useless and erased. Oh, is that so? Okay then. Okay then, fair enough. I don't know what's going on. But at least he finally stopped moving around. Now's a chance. Don't worry about Asha. My impressive girth can function as an even more impressive meat shield. This is the opportunity we've been waiting for. Come on, Master. It's time to finish this. Okay, this one I don't think I need to make a particularly interesting team for. I think this fight is kind of an easy one instead. So I'm just gonna do this really quickly here instead. Never Lancer. Engido. We'll go with that. I think that will do. Just gonna flex my full power here because I can. By full power, not really. But, oh hey, go figure. I have 3 command seals. Don't really need to care here. Like this fight is clearly not supposed to be difficult because it's all those debuffs and whatnot going on. Also, yeah, we're still technically are not allowed to use all full power here, but okay, I'm just going to do this, something I've like never actually done in any situation that mattered, but that should do it.
呼び起こす星の息吹、人と共に歩む。ゆえにエヌマ・エリシュ。えい。
Alright, 2 turns. Easy. I mean, mostly easy because I just use common seal. If this was a hard fight, I wouldn't even consider that, but there we go. You failed to shoot the quarry you were hunting. Oh, master, you almost shot a child instead. What a shame. You are no longer William Tell, the heroic archer engraved in the Throne of Heroes. You are nothing more than an ordinary hunter, at the mercy of a god. Be gone, William Tell, before you are past redemption. What an awful fate, having only your defective memories erased. I don't even want to think about what it'd be like if that had happened to me. This battle isn't over just yet. Finish him! I'm well aware. Yeah, this really pisses me off. I'm still not done with my last job, but I couldn't just ignore all this crap. Damn it all, it makes me real angry that you guys had the bad luck to be here when you have nothing to do with the beast I was chasing. So I guess our best friend Koyanskaya couldn't actually handle a regular warrior, as she said. Anyways, thing is, I actually kind of need to stop here, I think. So before we go, because apparently this is what I do when I should be saving my Saint Quarters for Arjuna here next week. This week, actually, I think. No, what day is it? Sunday. We're gonna do 110 roll at hopefully getting a Gina card of this. Lakshmi Pai would also be very welcome. So 110 roll and then I'm gonna call it quits for the night. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to. Now, let's see if I can get lucky for once. This is my third 10 roll at this and I threw like 7 tickets. I did get an extra Cersei out of this, which wasn't particularly impressive. Not a rare present though, so I'm not gonna complain, I guess. Now show me the moon cancer, please. Nope. Not even gonna get a third William Tell, am I? It's not really that big of a deal if I don't, since I can just get them from the friend point gacha in a few weeks, but if I had him at NP5 I could start using him. Yeah, that seems about right. Alright, I think that's all from me. I only got 2 chapters done, but they were pretty long and all, so I hope 2 more days is enough to finish up the story here. It should be, right? But anyways, I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. GMT +2. Apparently that is the time zone I live in, so yeah. Thank you for tuning in and all that. I need to go watch some ice hockey or something.